All right, so we take a look at Bitcoin, and we've now actually managed to get a breakout from that pattern that we were watching yesterday in our video. So those of you that are subscribed are going to know that we were talking about this kind of bullish symmetrical triangle of sorts that, I wouldn't actually put too much weight on it just because of the, time frame that we formed this on. But, it did actually look something a little bit like this, and we got the bullish breakout to the upside. And what's important is that we ended up hitting this $30,000 area again. And that now makes it the third test of our $30,000 range within quite a short space of time. Within only 4 days, we have tested this range 3 times now. So, when you look for signs to show if a level could end up breaking and giving way, this is one of the surefire signs of that. This is one of the obvious things that shows that. I'm not sure which zoom level I want this chart on. Let's go for this. And so, when we get these signs that, we just keep on hitting that ceiling, and the fact that we've also been hitting the ceiling up here, which is just kind of additional reassurance that this market is quite bullish, shows me that we are still kind of angled to the upside. We are still pointing higher. And one of the reasons we're actually in this position, I think, is purely because we've, had a chance to reset the market a little bit. This weird shit that happened here turned out to be a good thing from what I've seen so far, given the data. I mean, to me, it was all just quite confusing, to be quite honest with you guys. But now that the dust has settled, the data quite clearly points to, we were like 65% long, with positions for retail here. Bybit was also like 55 or something. I mean, it was a fair bit more than this. We clearly have a more kind of neutral market right now. And the fear and greed index has also just taken a step back. So, it's not the best development in the world, but my God, it is not the worst. We are definitely showing signs that we're doing okay, and doing okay when we are in this treacherous of a price area is a really good thing, in my opinion. Here's the pennant here that I showed you in the previous video, breaking out absolutely beautifully. Doing okay when we're in this kind of place is a really, really good thing to be able to say. It's you take what you get when you're at a resistance level and you've taken just ridiculous legs up, which quite frankly are not sustainable, which is why we had to pay with so much shit in this market, right? Because we've had such explosive price action, not only here but also the previous leg up that happened over here. I don't know why my Wi-Fi is so bad today, but also this leg here, which was actually quite ridiculous as well. I mean, to put it in perspective, 2 days to go up by 23% is a lot. It's a big price move happening very quickly. So naturally we have to pay for these little bits of price action. But right now we are kind of making our way, trying to knock that door at the top of this range, and that's, I guess, where we're going to be going, right? Because we've gone from the bottom of this range to the top to the bottom, potentially looking quite clear that we're going to come back up here. To be honest, day traders are probably going to be interested in going short up here. We have only had one test of this resistance level. So, it's not screaming confidence that, it could end up breaking out, right? So short traders are going to be a little bit weary of this, but it really depends on your risk appetite, right? Like if this kind of thing doesn't scare you, because let's be honest, generally speaking, this makes sense as a resistance level. This is where we found resistance before. It's the very beginning of our $30,000 area of resistance anyway. Short traders that have a bit of confidence are actually going to be quite comfortable going short off this level, I think, given where it is, given the fact that Bitcoin has formed, if it goes from bottom to top, a 13% rally within, potentially 7-8 days, it does call for some sort of correction, whether it only comes down to here, which would, potentially, this would be the best case scenario, is we do something like this and then come back up, or whether we, come back down much lower, some sort of pullback up at this level is, I think, we can expect that. I don't think it's too unreasonable to say that would happen. Some profit taking, really. It's the top of the range. That would make sense. And if we take a look at some of our indicators, we will see actually that they're still pointing upwards as well. Our hourly time frame is obviously going to be quite bullish because of all of this recent price action. So yeah, we've got a really nice, look at this beautiful 1 hour Ichimoku cloud. Really stunning here. I mean, we basically, this is beautiful. This is just absolutely stunning as far as accuracy goes. And we also came pretty close to it here. So it's clear that the 1 hour Ichimoku cloud is having some positive effect for the price. And on the 4 hour time frame, let's take a look at what we've got going on here. Yeah, we've broken out of resistance, which is absolutely phenomenal. And our resistance is now closing up. It'll turn into support by next Saturday, in the first week of May, which is absolutely beautiful. By the way, within May, the iPhone giveaway that I've been telling you guys about will be over. So if you're interested, make sure that you are signed up on Bybit using my link and you've deposited your first $100. That's all you need to do to be entered into this iPhone giveaway. And what I've said about it yesterday is actually that because this is only open to people who register within this time period, if you register now, your chance of winning is extremely high. So all you've got to do, even if you already have a new account, is make a new one following this link in the description and deposit $100. That's it. Your chance of winning is so high because it's just during this time period. So if you do want that iPhone, that's worth checking out. And if you're not interested in that, or you are, whatever, but you also want free money to trade with, Bybit will give you that too. All you've got to do is head on to that link in the description, sign up and start trading. That's it. And they will give you more money to trade with in this market, and you can withdraw any profits that you make. Again, that's open to you if you already have an account as well, which is very, very cool. But let's take a look back at this chart and what might happen if we do end up breaking out. We've got, look, just a little bit higher to get up to this level. But if we do end up breaking it, we could be looking at, just a deviation. I think that's one of the key ideas that people are looking at in this market. I don't know if I would subscribe to that idea right now. I think that we've been consolidating for a long time. But to be honest, it's so typical, right? I mean, the probability of a deviation up here and then coming back down, it just seems to happen all the time that, I mean, I don't even want to rule it out now. Even though I don't really think it'll happen, I don't even want to rule it out. If we do end up punching higher, I have to remind you guys, because other people are going to start celebrating and making victory laps and stuff like that. But one of the biggest reasons that we will get a deviation is that this is a big area of resistance, and if we break out above that prior high, again, I can't stop reminding you about this, because it is like the single most important fact of the market right now, is that if we do get above this high, we're still in the resistance zone. And I can actually demonstrate this for you in a more scientific way, right? Because this box is not great to work with. What I actually want to do is, fuck it, let's just remove all of the lines. Let's have a fresh start right here and take a look at the VPVR indicator. And the reason that I want to show you this is it's really useful at helping visualize where support or resistance might be, because it just shows you where the price has traded a lot before. So I've already got a tutorial on how to use this. You can type this into the YouTube search bar. If you're unsure of the Ichimoku cloud, you can also type this into the search bar. And if you're unsure about the EMA ribbon, type this into the search bar and you'll get my corresponding tutorials for each of them. And by the way, they are part of the wider 𝐻𝐻𝐹𝐿𝐼𝐻 Academy course that you get when you join VIP. Most of you that join VIP will be getting those courses free, where I teach you everything I know about the theory of trading and analysis and psychology. But of course, you'd be getting it with your VIP membership, which is the group where I show you everything I'm trading. I tell you where I'm entering the market, where I'm closing, why I've chosen certain levels, so on and so forth, why I haven't committed to a trade yet, in order to keep my capital safe. So you're seeing a really cool kind of combination of the theory of everything I know with the practical application of it in real time as well. So check out this link in the description if you're interested, and then just shoot me a message. It's my Telegram link. It's direct contact to me, and I will give you the information about that. But the VPVR helps us visualize this a little bit. We've got to zoom in a bit to get the VPR to make the VPVR a little bit more relevant. And I'm just going to hide my camera as well, because we don't need to be seeing that. I guess what I really should be doing, because the VPVR is actually taking all this price action into account, which isn't relevant for us. What I'm actually going to do is just go ahead and use the tool actually that one of our viewers pointed out to me, because I didn't actually use this tool very much, just because I find it I don't know if it's confusing or just unnecessary, but certainly not super helpful. But in this case, this is exactly what it's useful for. And what I want to do is, just kind of increase this accuracy. We'll make it a 200 row size. There we go. So we got a little bit more to work with. And what we can see with this, if I, let me just make this a little bit less, it's too, it needs to be more like that. I don't know. It needs to be more see-through. We can really see some big spikes coming in here at the $38,000 level. So that is going to be a key level to watch. The red line represents the point of control. So that's the biggest area where, a lot of volume has been exchanged. And if we just trace that red line across, we can see that there's been, a little bit of consolidation here. There was a bit of, kind of reversal price action here, some more reversals here, another one here, but then here, just a lot of consolidation. So this is a really important level on the chart for sure. Definitely looking like something that we need to pay attention to. And between these blue lines are just the majority of the volume. So this is where the majority of the problems basically would start for Bitcoin. And this stretches from, you know, $28,700 to $48,000, which I think is a pretty fair representation, right? As soon as we get above 48, which is a very high price level, but as soon as we get above there, there's basically no resistance. I mean, the atmosphere is very thin. It should be very easy to keep on gaining altitude for Bitcoin there. But right now, it's very thick. And this is what's problematic. See, if we break out immediately when we get above this level, there's another spike right here. Take a look at this spike right here. This sits in the $32,000 area. We get over that spike and we've got another one up here at 34,500. You know, it's a lot of resistance no matter how you slice it. If you look at the price action here and you compare it to the price action up here, for example, as well, you know, it's very clear that there's just a lot of you know, that there might not be like big individual spikes that, you know, shoot way out. You know, like this spike right here is a big one. We might not have a lot more of these big ones within this price range, stretching between 28 and 38. But what we do have is just a very high baseline level of volume that we just didn't have at other price levels. And that illustrates very clearly how this is a real, genuinely problematic area of resistance, you know. And so when people talk about how, you know, Bitcoin's kind of ready to continue its uptrend, I feel like people are saying that but forgetting just how strong this area of resistance will probably be. You know, I mean, we could just blast through it and have a face melting rally, and that wouldn't really make any sense, but there's no analysis I can give you to help me, you know, predict that. I mean, if that's going to happen, I'm not going to see it coming, right? And that is one of the limitations of TA. You know, people, you know, sometimes also think that TA will tell you 100% of the story all the time, and that's not the case either. You know, all we're doing is getting something that's good enough, and as long as it's good enough, and I'm exercising good enough risk management too, you know, and I'm picking my trades carefully. That's all I need to make money. You know, we don't need perfection here. We just need good enough. You know, and in order to achieve that, yes, we need to work very hard, but you know, what we're not looking for is, you know, 100% accuracy on everything that we say. You know, that's not necessary. We need something that's functional, not something that looks shiny and perfect. And that's what you get with this analysis, right? I mean, like, I'm just kind of doing things that demonstrate the point. I don't need to do much more because I want to understand the characteristics of the market. I want to feel the pulse of the market. Generally, we're still leaning a little bit more bullish. People are still generally feeling a little bit more greedy. We're at a resistance level. People don't seem to understand how heavy this resistance is. I don't need to have more intricate facts than that, right? This is really, really good. This is a really, really good understanding of the market. You know what I mean? And it's clear because we're struggling at this price. Like, as soon as we got to this range, with that volume profile range that I showed you, is it going to draw? There we are. As soon as we got to this range, you can see like this blue line represents the beginning of where we'd start finding problems. That's exactly where Bitcoin's topping out previously with its area of consolidation. But that's why this level is so important to hold. You know, we look at this with a slightly more zoomed in perspective. That's why this yellow line has to hold for Bitcoin. It's really, really important for Bitcoin that we don't lose this price level. And it's basically the midpoint of our consolidation right now. If I drop another two lines, our consolidation kind of stretches all the way down to, I guess we could say, yeah, to about here, and it, you know, tops out at about here. I want to tighten this up a little bit to be over here. You know, so basically right in the middle is a very, very important level that really we want to stay above. And this is the thing that I've been saying in my recent videos is like, as long as we're here, it doesn't really matter to me what we do. You know, the fact that we're here shows us that we are threatening this resistance level. You know, if we were in the bottom of the range, then okay, you know, that tells us something about, like, yes, we're high overall, you know, compared to where we came from. Of course, we're at a very high price level, but you know, we're in the bottom band of it, meaning that we might be ready to fall out. You know, but in this case, we're in the top band of it, which is only giving me confidence, to be honest, guys. You know, that is a really, really good sign. Now, if we zoom out a little bit more and look at this on a longer term time frame with our indicators, let's see what the Ichimoku cloud has to say about this. Look at this. We've got phenomenal support here. So if we actually, this actually changes everything, guys. If we actually trade all the way here, which is only another 2.5 weeks, I don't know if we would do that, but if we top out here and get rejected, that's easily the path that we would form. If we end up doing that, we are going to have phenomenal support from the daily Ichimoku cloud. And this is literally the key indicator, other than the 200-day moving average as well, that saved Bitcoin when it was crashing down, ready to set new lows, according to many of the very emotional traders, some of whom are even watching this YouTube channel. I wonder how many of you guys are still around. You probably hate my guts for being so right about that move. So I don't know if you've actually stuck around, but if you have, shout out to you guys, because you are educating yourselves and moving forward, and that's part of the process, legends. So that's absolutely beautiful. But if we do end up coming back up here to find resistance and then drop back down, that will put us squarely in a beautiful, very strong, important area of support, and that is not something to ignore, right? That is something which really could go a very long way for Bitcoin to, kind of find a bit of a bounce here and then rally up. If we look at the last bounce that we got off this level, from low to high, in the leg that it formed, it was 11 days to move up by 46%. So if we look at a similar move, I mean, I can't even show this to you on the chart. That's how crazy it gets. But 46% within 11 days looks like this. This is basically what we'd be looking at. It's like up here. This is where we'd be, if we kind of came back down and then had a very, very quick pump up. This is what it would look like, and it would put us basically right at that $38,000 area of resistance, right around there. If we formed a similar move, I don't think we will form a similar move. This is way too crazy for the area of resistance that's up ahead. But let's say it's half of that, right? Like even if we top out over here, we're still topping at 34. That's a really good next leg, right? Like if Bitcoin's next leg looks like this, that's a really good place to then maybe come back down, find some support, and then continue that staircase to heaven. That's what we look for, right? We're looking for that kind of very sustainable, normal, to be honest, realistic price action. So that to me looks absolutely stunning, and the trading opportunities here are not in any small quantity. Altcoin market's still looking absolutely beautiful. That's where I'm going to be right after this YouTube video, so make sure that you are subscribed to that second YouTube channel, and the opportunities with Bitcoin are rife as well. The beautiful thing about this market is you have so much free money available to you with Bybit when you sign up using my link in the description down below. So definitely check it out if you're interested in that. They're giving you so many bonuses for signing up using my link, up to 30k in free trading money that they'll give you that you can deploy into the market, and if you make any money with it, you can withdraw those profits too. No catch, very, very cool. And OKX also offering you up to 30k in rewards, but this comes in the form of mystery boxes. So you get up to 10k in mystery boxes just for signing up. You get another mystery box worth up to 10k for depositing $50. And when you start trading, you get another one worth 10k, which is very, very cool. So that is an extremely compelling offer available to you as well, where if you combine them both, OKX and Bybit, you are going to get up to 60k in bonuses today. The sign-up processes for both exchanges are literally just 20 seconds, which is very, very quick to get all these beautiful bonuses. So if you're interested in that, check them out with the links in the description. But with that, I am out. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Hit up the like, subscribe, hit the bell. Cheers.